We were at the farm show, and I'm lucky enough to be here with our Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary George Greig. It's been a great week at the farm show so far. Weather's holding out. What's your perspective on this year's show?
Well, it looks like we're going to break all records as far as attendance, so that's great. And I want to thank you for helping to draw people in. I mean, you've done very well in some of the celebrity contests that we've had. So.
Yeah, I've been fortunate. As a matter of fact, you and I have found ourselves in a competitive situation on a number of occasions now, and I think the score right now is 1-1. You won the showmanship contest at the Berks Fair, and I was lucky enough to just edge you out a little bit in the celebrity horse draft horse competition. So it was a lot of fun, and we've become friends through these competitions, and I appreciate that relationship. I hesitate to say when I'm among people involved in agriculture that anyone is more hardworking than anyone else. But I got to tell you, when I turn on PCN and when I'm around this farm show, you are everywhere. I'm not sure that you're just one person. I would venture to say you're the hardest working guy at this show. Tell me about some of the things you've been doing.
Well, this is just a fantastic showcase for agriculture, and I'm very proud to serve as Secretary of Agriculture. It's just 1 million square feet in this facility, the largest agricultural exposition hall in the United States, and it's right here in Pennsylvania. We'll have 400,000 to 500,000 people come through here, at the farm show. And we not only use it for that, it's used for several different shows, many different shows throughout the year. But yes, I'll probably collapse after farm show's over. It's been running. I think we've had I don't know how many events today, but it's been quite a few events. So.
Well, you seem to be everywhere. I have to tell you, from the legislative perspective, there's a lot of things that we have done in favor of the agricultural industry, and particularly the family farm. I think in the last session, one of the things that we worked on, and I'm happy that we were able to pass, was eliminating the inheritance tax. So when one farm family tries to pass it on to the next generation, they don't have the impediment of paying that oppressive tax. And I know that farm families, it's important to them. What's your perspective on our legislative session?
Well, that was huge for Pennsylvania farmers. The inheritance tax and all the other bills that you have passed, but the inheritance tax, being a farmer myself, I've known young farmers who have inherited farms who've had to sell off part or all of their farm just to pay the inheritance tax. So elimination of that tax is big news for farmers. The ag transportation bills that you passed allow us to move forward. I mean, modern agricultural equipment is a lot bigger than it used to be, and these ag transportation bills have brought us into to this century with the ability to move our equipment legally now. And we appreciate all that you and the legislature have done to support agriculture.
Yeah, there's no question about it. I mean, one of the exhibits at this year's farm show is today's agriculture, and agriculture has changed over the years, over the decades, and we have to make sure that that current law is keeping up with those changes in the industry, and I think that set of transportation bills, like you mentioned, is very important. The other thing that's very important is Pennsylvania Preferred. I mean, we are showcasing it this year at the farm show. It's a piece of legislation that I was happy to be a part of in the passing of that legislation. It's kind of resonated with people a little bit more than I expected. I'm very happy to see it. You want to talk a little bit about Pennsylvania Preferred?
I sure can. That's the theme of this 97th Pennsylvania Farm Show is made in PA. It makes a difference, and that's the byline for PA Preferred. Making PA Preferred the permanent branding program for Pennsylvania products has helped our fruit and our fruit and vegetable industries, our honey industry, maple syrup. It helps so many different agricultural industries in Pennsylvania, helps them to sell their products locally. And when we sell our products locally, we eliminate the cost of transportation, the cost of the environment by transporting these products all the way across the country. And when we buy local, we keep that money in local communities and support the local farmers.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know, like I mentioned before, you've got such a major role in this, and one of the cornerstones of the event is the butter sculpture, and this year it's the Pennsylvania Preferred. I'm going to make sure we get some video footage after we're finished with the interview, but there's a rumor out here that you did the butter sculpture yourself. Is that true?
No, I'm not talented at all in that respect. But Jim Victor, he's been doing our butter sculpture since the beginning, and he did a fantastic job again this year, and it's just 1,000 pounds of butter. And after we're done with it here at the farm show, it will be gathered up and it will be melted down into a methane digester and turned into electric on a Lancaster farm. So
there you go, very good. Well, I have to tell you, I always look forward to the unveiling of it. It's the kickoff of the farm show, so to speak. And this year, I'm always surprised and amazed at what they can do. But this year, with the Pennsylvania Preferred logo, it's just fitting for this year's show. So I appreciate all the work you do for the Commonwealth. I know that you're involved at a lot of different levels. You're a local township supervisor. You operate your own farming entity. And again, that's why I can say that you're certainly one of the hardest working people in agriculture and working in agriculture and for agriculture. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for all that you do.